مش عبرة انه مسيحي او مسلم، احنا كلنا في بلد وحدة ودم واحد واللي بيعتدي على الكل يعني. فلما بتقل نسبة المسيحيين لانهم كلهم هاجروا ما ضلش حدا.
This is Nora, one of many Palestinian Christians who left home for Jordan in search of a better life. Christians like her now make up just 1% of Palestine's population, a sharp fall from 8% in 1946. We're taking a close look at her hometown to understand why.
In Taybeh, the only old Christian town left in the occupied West Bank, Israeli settler violence and economic pressure could push them to the brink of extinction.
For more than 2,000 years, Taybeh has been home to a Christian community in the occupied West Bank. But now, it's becoming a daily fight to stay there.
لا ما حدا بيسترجي يروح يلقى الزيتون ولا زيت ولا إشي، بيجوهم وبضربوهم المستوطنين.
كيف قادرين يعيشوا؟
ايش بدهم يسووا؟ بلدهم بقدرش يتركوها. قبل والله ما كانوا المستوطنين يقربوا ولا ييجوا، بس هلا كلهم مسلحين وعم بيجوا.
Right now, roughly 7 settler outposts surround Taybeh. Several sit directly on the town's own land, and they're not just watching from the hills. On July 7th, 2025, settlers set fire near Taybeh cemetery and its ancient church of al-Khadr, a site dating back to the 5th century. Of course, it sparked outrage that brought diplomats and church leaders from more than 20 countries to the town within days. But less than a year later, in June 2026, settlers deliberately set fire again, this time to a wide stretch of land on Jabal al-Masis, right by the town's fuel station. On Taybeh's outskirts, this has become their daily reality. Settlers releasing livestock into their land, damaging crops, cutting water lines, breaking fences meant to keep their own animals safe. Between January and July 2026, these incidents were happening on average 6 times a day across the West Bank.
And it's not just the settlers, it's also the Israeli military who have declared Taybeh a closed military zone on August 9th, which means they've barred any foreigners, any Israelis from getting in the village, which has huge economic impact.
Taybeh is a major religious and tourist destination, home to churches and ancient ruins. Summer is normally its busiest season, but the closures have changed that. Even Nora, who left decades ago and still returns every year, this year she couldn't. She tells me between the attacks and the lost income, staying is getting harder to justify for the families who remain. More than 15 families have left Taybeh in just the last few months. Across the West Bank, over 200 Christian families have left since the Gaza war began. And every family that leaves makes this ancient community smaller.
هذه حسرة، هذا عذاب، هذا ظلم، هذا جرح كبير في قلوبنا لما احنا بنشوف أهل بلدنا متغربين وعم بهربوا.
Now that pain hasn't gone unheard. Church leaders worldwide are being urged to visit, speak out, and push for protection. But so far the numbers aren't promising.
Church leaders say that Palestinian Christians will disappear by 2050. But what happens to a town that's been Christian for centuries?